Simply saying that he doesn't, he's pushing healthcare aside, they're going to get tax reform done.
Okay, so what we do know is, did he exactly say that? He said he was talking around that, but that was the implication. We do know this, and I'll tell you, it's probably why the market is up right now, because the market loves the Trump tax plan, and what we do know is that House GOP members
you mean off its lows?
Off its lows, right. But it's better. I mean, it's only down 135 points.
Right, it went from worse to bad.
Yeah, well, it went from worse to 135 points in a Dow 2122 market is not like, we're not talking Armageddon there. We're talking about less than 1% it's off.
But let me just comment quickly about the NASDAQ. It's down 87. Earlier today, it had been down 146.
Yeah, no, that's, So
that's a big comeback.
I mean, here's essentially what's happening here. Market players are looking at the most overpriced stocks and saying, what stocks get hurt the most if the Trump economic agenda stalls? Obviously, tech stocks have had the biggest run-up. We have NASDAQ 6,001. I mean, that's an amazing number when you think about it. In 2000, it was down to what? I mean, 2001, at its low point, it was down to 2,500.
Right.
I mean,
and the Dow was 6,000 and change.
I mean, so that's it, and as well. So my point is this. What you hear legislatively, and I think all these traders now are plugged into Washington, is that House members, and it seems to be convincing the White House, are imploring the president to go for the low-hanging fruit here, which is not health care. Go for tax cuts. There's one.
I would think the low-hanging fruit is infrastructure, only because there's a lot of agreement on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah, but it's not market moving, and he'll get a significant market boost, or at least not as much of a downdraft if there is a correction, if you do get a fiscal stimulus with tax cuts. And what they're saying is, and go to the tax cuts. The House, I know House Freedom Caucus members and House conservatives have been pushing the White House to do that. It seems like Steve Mnuchin and President Trump are listening, and they concede there's one sticking point to tax cuts. It's the border adjustment tax. They get rid of that, you're going to have tremendous movement on Capitol Hill to do this. I mean, this will be passed probably.
But the Freedom Caucus will say, how are we paying for it if not the border adjustment tax?
No, actually, the Freedom Caucus will be more inclined to agree to a supply-side interpretation, a growth interpretation of how to pay for it, than the Paul Ryans of the world, who are pushing the border adjustment tax. But I'm telling you that's where they're saying there's near unanimity, and that's where they're saying they can get a legislative win for this president, and that's what they're saying could help the markets. Listen, why the markets matter? Okay, we're a business channel, so we want people to invest. We think it's the best way to grow. If you have a pro-growth agenda, generally you're gonna save for retirement through the markets and do okay. The president politically likes the markets. Why is that? Well, it's nice to brag. Dow 22,000, NASDAQ 6,200. When you're running for office. And by the way, the House needs that, would like those numbers too. So this both has an immediate bottom line benefit to you, our viewer. It has a political benefit to the Republicans in Congress, and that's why the House is saying go that route. And listen, I can't tell you what they're going to do. Maybe they'll go for a quick vote. Maybe they'll just table this and come back to it. But health care has always been a morass. You just know it was like getting stuck in the jungle and trying to figure your way out without a trail. I mean, this thing is insane.
I just want to say regarding the tech stocks that many said, oh, don't worry about the stretch valuations. As recently on this show, we had somebody come on and say that it's justified. Right now, we are on track to see the largest one-day point and percentage loss since November of 2007, I believe, but still year to date, the NASDAQ is up 800.
Well, they all are, but here's the thing: what stocks get hurt the most if there's no fiscal stimulus? It's the ones that run up the most, and they had an amazing run.
Yeah, and here they are year to date, barely coming down. Great to see you, Charlie. Thank you very much.